Hello and welcome to episode 123 of Oatmeal Breakfast plays a video game the least watched show on internet. I don't think that is true. It's only wishful thinking. I am sure you feel proud that you are in an exclusive club of people who watch Oatmeal Breakfast plays a video game. Or maybe you don't. I don't know you. I don't know how you think. I am surprised that you would watch Oatmeal Breakfast plays a video game. I hope that you don't feel that you wasted your time watching Oatmeal Breakfast plays a game. On today's episode I am going to solve a ksudoku puzzle in 11 minutes 31 seconds. And I am going to ramble on and on about things that only I care about. It's time for today's Pharaoh chat. By the way, if you have landed on Oatmeal Breakfast plays a video game to become a Pharaoh expert, well, that isn't going to happen if you listen to Oatmeal Breakfast. I like to talk probably. My ability to code does not back up the talk. So on episode 122 I talked about multi-solo browser. That was last episode, and I already forget what multi-solo browser does. Just kidding. The next item after multi-solo browser in the tools menu of the world menu. I hope that makes sense. The next item is Finder. It allows me to find methods by name, or by the results that a method produces. I am sure Finder comes in handy. Since I have written very little of my own Pharaoh code, how would I know? I might be able to use the tools better, if I indeed used the tools. Learning how to use something by experience with using it is deep, I know. By the way, I use the Drachman for my Pharaoh image. I think it saves some power on my laptop monitor. I could be wrong. I used to use the theme that Pharaoh has when you first download it and turn it on. That reminds me that I use a Drachman for Blender. And I used to use the light theme for Blender. I had not thought of that. I forgot that when you first download and install Blender it has a light theme. It's a nice theme. So where was I when I so rudely interrupt myself? Oh, yes, I was talking about Pharaoh. I am sure I could build a lot of Bria programs, if only I tried. Or maybe I can't. Maybe I can't program. Maybe programming is not for me. Maybe I just want to impress people at the parties I never go to. Hey, do you know that I can print Hello World to the console in 20 different programming languages? Then the person would say they can write Hello World to the console using 30 different languages. Then I would move on, or maybe go sit by myself in the corner and mucking on a platter of cheese and meats. My favorite place at parties is by the food. Who doesn't like the food table at a party? I don't have anything more to say about Pharaoh today. Let me talk about Blender. As you know, I have used Blender since Blender 2.42. It took me years of using Blender on and off before I started to make my own projects. I use Blender to make graphics for my songs. I am thinking about making animated GIFs with GIMP graphics for my songs. I don't know if it will work for what I want to do. I will look into it. I recently talked about GIMP and Inkscape. I remember. See, sometimes I remember the subjects I talk about. I don't have much to say about Blender except to say that I want to make animations. I want to make music videos with Blender. Right now I only make still images for my graphics for my songs. I think it would be much more fun to listen to my music if there was animation instead of a still picture. I suppose improving my music will get more people to listen to my music. Making good music is important if I want people to listen to my music. I suppose it is. I don't know that for a fact. How would I know how to be a popular musician, since well I have never been a popular musician. Currently I am reading How to Make It in the New Music Business by Ari Hurston. I am enjoying the book so far. I wish I could read a lot faster so that I can read double the amount of books in the same amount of time it takes me to read books now. Or maybe reading more books is not always better. I like to read books so that I can write a review on Goodreads. Writing a review of a book I read gives me another chance to write. And I like to write. People don't like to read what I write, but I like to write nonetheless. Writing is fun. Writing is relaxing. I suppose writing is lonely. I enjoy having myself as company. I am the most exciting I know to be around. So being lonely is not so bad. I was thinking that Oatmeal Breakfast plays a video game is sort of a podcast. Maybe it's not, but I get to talk and talk. No one listens, but I do get to talk. What else do I want to talk about? Not that long about I read a book called 100 Greatest Video Game Players by Jamie Banks, Robert Medger, and Aubrey Adams. Actually it's edited by. The articles in the book are authored by different people. I had never heard of a lot of the games, and most of the characters that were profiled in the book. I am no video game expert, that is for sure. I am no video game historian, that is for certain. My favorite video game character is Jake Slate from Beat to Rights. And I have written about in a past episode of Oatmeal Breakfast plays a video game. Dead to Rights is my favorite video game. It's a video game I have beaten. It could have beat it, because it's an easy game to beat. But I did enjoy playing. Jake Slate, his dog Shadow, Jake's girlfriend Eve. What a cast of characters. I am not familiar with too many video game characters, and I said I mostly played sports video games. And I have said before I like sports video games more than I like watching sports on TV. What was my favorite sports video game player? Tracy McGrady from NBA Live 2004. My favorite player in Madden 2003. My favorite player was Terrell Owens. Maybe I play sports video games because they are the only games I can win at. I am not sure. If I ever get the chance to, I want to play NASCAR Heat. I don't have any idea who any NASCAR drivers are. The thoughts of sitting in front of a screen and using a steering wheel and pedals seems like fun. I wonder how long it would take me to complete a lap. I am sure I would crash for a long time before I got that first lap finish. I have used a wheel and pedals years ago to play a NASCAR game. It was a thrill. But I was not good at playing the game. I crashed a lot. I am sure NASCAR video games are a lot better now. I would rather be a NASCAR esports champion than drive a real NASCAR car. The thought of driving a race car and getting injured does not excite me. So tucked in safe behind my computer sounds good enough to me. What else can I talk about? I want to put together 52 jigsaw puzzles a week. 1 jigsaw puzzle a week. I thought I can stream myself putting together a jigsaw puzzle and talking. I probably have only assembled 1 jigsaw puzzle in my entire life. I did not have the patience for it when I was younger or the skills. But putting together a jigsaw puzzle is quiet. It does not take a computer. Jigsaw puzzles are cheap. They don't take up much room. I wonder if there is a website where I can write reviews of the jigsaw puzzles I would put together. Or maybe a social networking website for people who put together jigsaw puzzles. I could start with a 25-piece jigsaw puzzle and work my way up. What about a goal of putting together a jigsaw puzzle a day for a year? I would rather put together a jigsaw puzzle than Legos. We used to have a lot of Legos when I was a kid. I don't remember playing too much with the Legos. This was a time before Mindstorms. So the Legos could not do much once they were put together. There is a new television show about Legos, I know that. Maybe I will watch it. It's time to wrap up this episode. I hope you are having a great day. I hope you come back here for another episode of Oatmeal Breakfast Plays a Video Game. Good night.